Well, another week down in the second Trump administration is like a classic rock station, baby. The hits just keep on coming. Only instead of beloved ditties from days gone by, in this case, the hits are repeated uppercuts to the ballsack of America's future. Trump announced tariffs on Canada and Mexico for absolutely no reason. I'm not surprised that MAGA supports doing this to Mexico because, you know, they all think that Mexico is just a pit stop for legions of heavily armed, job-stealing drug mules, right? But Canada, I didn't know anybody hated Canada, but MAGA's reaction to these tariffs has been, yeah, it's what they get for being all Frenchy up there. Right now, anything we get from those countries is going to be more expensive. But I mean, what do we even really get from those countries? You know, just fruit, vegetables, meat, cars, gas, lumber, booze, sundry other necessities. Should be fine. Why is the right okay with that? Wasn't that like the whole election for them? Wasn't there a huge chunk of our population who were like, even though inflation was a global phenomenon that America handled better than most, still the cost of everyday goods is just too high, and so the Democrats have got to go. We will turn to Donald Trump to fix this. Mr. Trump, how are you going to fix this? Well, I was thinking I would artificially and unnecessarily inflate the cost of everyday goods further. That's smart. I like that. All right, chess, not checkers. Okay. Also, Elon is out of control. His Doge agency got access to the Treasury's payment system, which means they basically control the government's money, which is like giving Johnny Depp control of your wine cellar. And yet some people are praising this. I saw a tweet from an Elon fanboy that was like, thank God now Elon can root out the oligarchs that are dismantling our government. All right. So you think oligarchs are ruining our government? So you support the richest man alive taking over this country's purse strings. That's so stupid, I want to die. All right, also, they shut down USAID indefinitely. When asked why they closed the agency responsible for humanitarian missions, combating poverty and encouraging goodwill towards America around the globe, senior Doge spokesman Parker Big Balls Anderson said, quote, because that's just gay, dog. Okay, seriously though, Elon said it had to be done because the agency was just a viper's nest of radical Marxists, which is MAGA for people with empathy who want to help others. So they had to go. Now listen, it's brutal out here, and I want to know, are the Democrats going to try something? Do they have any cards they can play? Why is it that whenever Democrats are in power, it's like every 2 years or so, they come out like, guess what, guys? We're going to do something. It's going to help people. We're going to forgive student loans. Yay. And then the very next day, some Republican files some lawsuit in some circuit court and gets some injunction from some judge. And then the Democrats are like, nope, never mind. Guess we can't. We tried. Right, now MAGA's been in charge for 2 weeks, and they're like, we're doing whatever we want. Everything's going to burn, baby. And the Democrats are just like, you know what? Make that letter we were working on even more strongly worded. Right, that's it. That's all we're going to do. We can't pull out a bunch of law school Harry Potter shit, start injuncting stuff. It may not work out long. Just gum up the works a little bit. Do something, anything. Like, we really just going to finger wag our way through the end times, man. Damn. You know, one of the craziest parts of this whole thing to me is how split people are on this stuff. But you got to realize it all kind of depends on where you get your information from. Let me show you what I mean. All right, y'all, we're here on Ground News' website looking at stories about Elon and Trump targeting the Treasury and USAID and controversial government overhaul. You can see the coverage breakdown here. Over 400 sources already, most of which are in the center, but a few more on the left than the right. And if you use Ground News to sort by bias and we look at what the left is saying about this, unsurprisingly, they seem upset. See here, unelected Musk takes over major arms of government. They're pointing out that Elon has not been elected to anything, yet has all this power. Down here, even more explicit, Chairman Trump's cultural revolution ransacks our government, making it clear that they feel this is a bad thing over there at the National Memo. And you can see here the factuality rating and the bias of these outlets. But if you look instead at the ones on the right, what they're saying, it's a little different. Elon Musk calls USAID a viper's nest of radical left Marxists as Trump plans to shut down the agency. Now, if you just read that, sounds good, right? Viper's nest, we can't have that. You know, and down here it says Trump shutters massive agency accused of being instrument for the deep state. Oh, sounds bad. We got to do something about that. And you notice these are low factuality and right-leaning outlets. You also can see on Ground News the ownership group where the money comes from. There's so much more context than you're going to get anywhere else. That's why I like Ground News. I've been working with them for more than a year now. They add context and transparency to the news we consume. You can follow along at ground.news/Trey or scan that QR code there for more. But they got a lot of other great features too, like this, the blind spot feature. This shows stories that are not being covered on either side of the political spectrum right now. So you can see what the right isn't talking about, what the left isn't talking about. You can step outside of your own bubble for a little bit and see what's going on down there on the other end of the spectrum, something that I think we could all use a little more of in this day and age. So if that sounds good to you, you can scan that QR code there. Click the link in the description below to try Ground News today. You can get 40% off their highest tiered unlimited access Vantage plan. That's $5 a month, or you could try Ground News for free. All right, either way, now's the time to push back on the bias and BS. Check out Ground News today. All right, YouTube, and we're back. It's hard to even know what drives you more insane in terms of stupidity here lately. It's like you can't even latch on to much of it for very long. That's how they get. They flood the zone with dipshit all over the place. You can't even keep up with it all. But people on Twitter praising Elon, the richest man alive, who's the de facto head of our government right now, praising him for going after the oligarchs in the deep state billionaires that are ruining our government. It's just, my brain can't conceive of it. It's like, you don't know that the call is coming from inside the house. Like if I saw my cat go into the bedroom and then I started hearing ripping noises right after that, I would not say, oh, she must be fighting the nebulous feline that's been tearing my curtains up at night. Oh, God bless her. I'm not going to say that. You know why? Because I'm not rock chewing stupid. How do these people even feed themselves, man? I mean, other than the rocks anyway. It's crazy. They're not just stupid, they're also young and hard to respect. A lot of like Elon's guys, it's been reported that high up people in Doge are like college-aged edgelords. So it's like there's just legions of broccoli-headed teenage computer fascists who are driving this country's economy when you wouldn't let them drive a goddamn Ford Focus because you know that they would crash it. And that's exactly what they're going to do here too. Now they're only like taking time off from their busy schedule, like teabagging people on Call of Duty and saying the N-word on Twitch so they could come in and just tear down some of our most integral institutions and just rip the government apart. It's insane. I can't wait to hear the words, "It was just a prank, bro," giving an official congressional testimony after the fall. Man, that's what we're working with. Everything is stupid everywhere you look. In California, I don't know if you heard, Trump saved the day. Well, after the day was already pretty much over, he had the military come out here and, quote, turn the water on. He turned California's water back on. Thank God. I was wondering when somebody was going to do that. You guys may not know, there's a big spigot out in the Central Valley. We just send a colonel out there with like a big wrench, and he kind of turns it on. And then California's got water again. That's how it works. What did he do with that water? He just kind of dumped it out all on the ground where it would evaporate. You know, I'm sure we didn't need that for water purposes down the road or anything like that. Like, did a lot of good, a lot of help, just sort of watering the ground for a while for no good reason. It's like, this is what we're dealing with now. This is the type of competency that we have. And people hear that and you're like, you hear that? Trump saved California. He turned on the water. It'd be like if you had to fight a fire in your own house, fought it tooth and nail with the fire department, did the best you could. Then after it was over, your asshole boss showed up, filled up a bucket from your own water hose, dumped it in the front yard, and was just like, how hard was that? Get back to work, dumbass. That's what we're dealing with here. And it's not, and everybody's picking up on the vibes. I mean, not everybody. Some people are thrilled, but we're not wrong to feel pretty pessimistic. And you know how you know? Because the wizards up there on Wall Street, the heartless, soulless, bloodless wizards on Wall Street who seem to prognosticate with the best of them, and oftentimes have been taking out big chunks of shorts on the American economy, which feels like something you shouldn't be able to do to me. You shouldn't be able to bet on a country falling to its knees, but I guess you can. And all the people who are like the characters from The Big Short are doing that. All the smart money is on us not getting out of this well. So, I don't know if you've got a little bit you could throw down on it. We might as well get ours too. I don't even know where to go. Is there like a DraftKings for like apocalypse betting that we could check out? But either way, that's what we're dealing with. That's where we're at. We're 2 weeks in, everybody. But all right, I'll still be here. We'll still be here. We'll still be doing this. We'll be tracking it, seeing what happens, and I'll be back at you sooner than later. Thank you guys for watching, and put my things up here. It's my special, comedy special. Watch that. Got another one coming soon. There's subscribe to the channel. See all my videos and podcasts and stuff. And importantly to me, TreyCrowder.com. That's my website where my tour dates, where I do stand-up comedy. If I'm coming near you, you should come see me. If you like these, you'll like that. It's a good time. I promise you. Come and forget for a while, commiserate, enjoy yourself. Either way, you keep watching these silly things and I'll keep making them. Love you like chicken. See you. Bye.